Want to start from the beginning? Okay, so this is Dorothy, and this is the way I kind of do my wild parties, but you could emulate it, you could do your own, but this is how my flow is. Usually when I see them, they get their drinks first, and we just talk a little bit, and then we start to wash their hands. And then after washing their hands, they have a seat, and then I play for them a video, either the Korean one or the English one, and that's on our N drive. So make sure you get that downloaded on the N drive so you can play them either or, the English or the Korean. And then afterwards, then I open in your N drive the Wild Party edit, and I'm going to actually edit some of the slides when I get some time. So I haven't been able to edit some of the ones, put new slides in and take the old one, but for right now this works for me. Or you can use a flip chart, of course, because you always, you have your flip chart in your kit. So I start by introducing myself. Now, if these are people that they invited, let's just say Sunyoung or Jessica invited some people to the party, then I'll have them speak first, introduce themselves, and tell a little bit about Secret or their testimony about Secret and how long they've done it and why they're doing it. And then I talk about myself. I give a little short testimonial. And then I talk straight from the slides. And if you look at my wow party _ new edit, this is the PowerPoint that I'm using right now. And again, I will be editing these some more, but this is normally how I do it. The first picture you see is the Dead Sea. So that's what we're talking about. So in the Dead Sea, I talk about the Dead Sea. And the reason why that it's called the Dead Sea is because there's no fresh water that flows in. So all on the sides are packed of minerals and salt, as you can see. The salt is definitely much more saltier than regular salt. So we take all the good minerals, and there's 12 minerals in here that we take. And then we also use 14 minerals that we make produce together in Secret. So we have 26 great minerals in our products. Now, the Dead Sea, people go there for any kind of skin problems or skin ailments, but we can't all fly there every day. But there are some insurance companies that send people to the Dead Sea to get cure of any kind of skin diseases. And so once they go in, it's much cheaper than all the expensive creams and doctor visits that they go to. So this is actually really, a truth in some of the insurance companies in America. But when you go into the Dead Sea, you float. Even I float. Bowling balls float. So when everyone just floats, you can see, how powerful the minerals and the salt is and how salty it is. You don't want to open your eyes in the Dead Sea. And so it's known as the oldest spa, right? 제일 오래된 온천이죠. And then the next slide would be about the Dead Sea. And Cleopatra, we reported her, beauty or attributed to the Dead Sea because she was to be able to go into the Dead Sea every day like her swimming pool. So obviously her beautiful olive skin, it's what it is, going in there every day as much as you can into the Dead Sea. It is the lowest point of the earth and 1,388 feet below sea level. 12 minerals that can't be found anywhere else in the world, as I told you before, in this Dead Sea. And then you see the picture of the salt scrub. And everyone used a salt scrub before. And as you can see, the feet here, how one side of the feet, the before is so dry and crackly because of our Korean under system, especially, it makes our feet much more drier like this. And so I just keep it in the shower. And then after I'm done with my shower and, with the soap, then I rub this on, and especially my, dead skin areas, and it just comes off like this, and your skin is moisturized and hydrated. And even with this, you can see the picture of the lady with age spots or sunspots. So it's not going to completely make them go away, but it'll diminish and fade them a little bit. And we have 3 scents: ocean mist, milk and honey, and pomegranate. And this is used from your neck and below, so on your body. But if you have some kind of skin trouble on your face, then you might want to douse it with some water or slightly do it with Q-tip, and then of course wash away with water clearly. And this is also when I also show the salt scrub without the oil. So I usually pass this around and let people try opening the salt scrub, touching it with their fingers, and this is passing it around. They're smelling it and touching it. And this is when I say you don't want to taste it because it'll burn your mouth. So this is when I also say you don't want to use it in your margaritas, or in Korean, use it in your samgyeopsal, the pork belly. So, and then I bring it back and I close it up and let them show that there's different scents too. But this is great for the salt scrub is great. A lot of people of our agents like, oh, I don't need this. You know, can I give it to you? Can I sell it? I don't really need it. But it's one of the best gifts I can give to everyone because it doesn't require, you know, oily skin or combination skin or dry skin. So this is one of these products that no one has to be bothered by, you know, catering it to anyone. But anyone who's got like body aches, it's great to add into a bath, and it revives your skin and all the bad toxins come out. And also if your feet are tired, you take it in a big, you know, a basin and put a spoonful in with your feet and soak it. And then, you know, after you soak it for about 15 minutes, you wash your feet and it's fabulous. And then you put your body butter on and you're set to go. The next slide is our nail care collection set that I use. So this is when I usually go around and we wipe off with a washcloth their texting nail. And the reason why we choose a texting nail is that because when they're texting for the next 2 weeks, they're going to see that shine on their nail and still going to remind them of secret, right? So we want to take the washcloth and wipe off the body butter because they wash their hands and still like soaking in. So wipe off the nail, their texting nail, and then have different agents come around and file the buffer. And, you know, the blue is number 1, gray is 2, and then the white part, which has the minerals of the Dead Sea in there. And then you also show that for people who are very frugal, that these strips are replaceable too as well. Okay, and this is when your first wow. So you get them all together. You gotta say, hey, this is our first wow. And so you gotta say together, wow, wow. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Wow. Wow. Okay. It wasn't so good, okay? So we'll see. All right. Then the next picture I use is the psoriasis picture. And you can see that he scratched so hard he was bleeding and there was no hair growth anymore. So he used body butter for 6 days and psoriasis is what he had. And 6 days later, after body butter, you get his skin, the after picture. And then the next one is a little boy with a knee. And then I say this one, he had an allergic reaction. And then also this is one I bring up in Korea because our skin problem in Korea for kids is atopy. Is that right? Atopy. And so I said kids, you know, who have atopy, even on their face, this is good too. And you got to like douse it with water because it'll be stingy. And then you use like a Q-tip, you know, and it resolves the atopy or eczema too. And using this for 5 days, he got rid of his allergic reaction on his knee. Then this guy named Jesse over in LA that a friend of ours knows. And he has acne. And in Korean, it's called yodurum, okay? What's psoriasis in
건선.
In Korean, psoriasis is 건선. Okay, so remember these keywords. And this guy, Jesse, has acne. So what I show here, he definitely uses the mud soap. And I pass around the mud soap. And the mud soap, once I open it, and you'll hear me opening it, this is when I say, this is compacted. And this is actually mud from the Dead Sea, compacted so much, and I press the soap and show them, it's compacted so much that all the air bubbles have been taken out. So it lasts 3 times longer than regular soap. This is when everyone smells it. And I say, you know, we don't put stuff like rose bouquet into the soap, okay? And then I also, since the soaps are, you know, we're talking about soap, then I pass the mineral soap. I'm passing the soap. And I take the mineral soap out and I say, look, this one's white. I put it on 2 soap dishes in my shower. The dark one for my face, the white one for my body. Now for guys, the mud soap, the dark one, you just take 1 soap and wash your head to toe, you know, go to town with the boys. And but I keep it separate myself. And I then pass around the mineral soap. And this has the salt and minerals from the Dead Sea, so it's kind of salty. So it's from your neck down in your body. So I have people smell it. And it smells good. It smells clean. It smells like a clean baby's butt, right? So then this is when I show the soap. And then when it comes back around, then I say this guy Jesse, his allergies was with the mud soap, the toner, and the mineral-rich mud mask, the new mud mask that we got in Korea, right? So I hold these 3 things up, and I say the mud soap every day, the toner every day, and then I show them the mineral-rich clarifying mud mask once a week. And then I also tell them how to use this. So I open it and show them how rich it is and show them, see how rich it is. This one you can put on with your fingers when you put it on, you want to wait till it dries to like white ashy color. And once it dries, you want to rub it off slightly, not so hard. So it'll come off, and you want them to put it on a tray or a paper plate. And then the rest, just wash it off your face. Okay, so that's Justina's acne problem. And then you see, like, I have my total facial solution, the picture. And I put this twice in my presentation because this is just subliminal messages. Keep showing the package. Keep showing the package. You know what that is, right? So I say, okay, now we're going to start really using the products. So this is a total solution. We're going to really use the products. So the first thing I'm going to show is the peeling gel. And so I get into the peeling gel, open it, and I said, this is normally for your face, but we're going to put something else on your face. So we're going to show it to you on your inner wrist. So you put it on the inner wrist, we pass it around, and you only need a little bit of this, guys. So you only need, everything I say is like half a dime. But this one, I even say like quarter of a dime. So I don't even use my main spatula. I use the back end of the spatula because it's really, really tiny, and that's all you need. Because if you put a lot, like a glob on the wrist, they're never going to get to the point that the dead skin falls off because it's so moist. You know what I mean? So you just put a little tiny, like a quarter of a dime onto their wrist, and then their 2 fingers, they rub it. And then you want the dead skin to be rubbed onto the tray because I don't want my dog to eat dead skin. So, and then this part here, I just have them wipe it off with a wet tissue. And then once they wipe it off with a wet tissue, then I have them compare to their inner wrist, both inner wrists, and look at it. And one side is a little bit whiter and brighter. So it's got a whitening agent in it, right? And then I got to tell the guys, especially, this is for your face, not for your whole body, but for your face about once a week, 3 times a week or once a week. And then we show the tattoo. The tattoo gets brighter because of dead skin. And this is when I also talk about calluses, especially people who work out. So I open my hand, face, palm, and I show calluses on my fingers. And I say, this is when you can rub it and you get rid of calluses or dead skin. And in Korean, calluses, dead skin is called 구둔살. 구둔살, okay? So on your feet, you've got dead skin and calluses on your feet. So this is, 구둔살. You can use the mineral rich peeling gel as well too and rub it. And so this is great purposes. And now, this is a story I always say, because in Korea, these home shopping channels have something like this. But the difference of ours and why ours is better is that it's got, of course, the minerals from the Dead Sea in it. So obviously, you're rubbing off dead skin, but rubbing in something good. So that's important to know. Okay? And the papaya is the agent that's making our dead skin fall off from there. And now you get the little image of our cleansing milk and our toner. So these are 2 things. I pick it up and show it and say, these are the 2 things that every company has, a cleanser and a toner. Now, so we go around and I put a cleanser on a little cotton pad, about a dime size worth this time. And then you're going to rub in a circular motion. I said, but at home, you just wash with it. You don't need a cotton swab. But now a lot of Koreans like to use this as what they call cold cream, in place of cold cream, like makeup remover. So they'll take it first dry like that and just use it with a cotton swab and makeup remover and then wash it off. So it's up to you. I keep it in my shower. I just use it like this and then my mud soap. I use both. And then, so they go around, and then I have them wash it off with a wet washcloth. This is when I pour the water into the basins, and then they wash it off with a washcloth. The second thing, of course, we show is toner. And I say every company has different names, sometimes toner, tonic, astringent, tonifier. Ours is called toner. This is when I also point out paraben free. Our products are paraben free. And so paraben means preservatives. So this we don't have, and it's cancer causing agents. So just to let people know. But our tonifier also is very mild, and it doesn't have alcohol, but we have what's called cosmetic alcohol. So it's very, very mild. And it's not stingy, but people who are dry, it's not stingy, or combination not stingy. But if you're a little oily, it's going to sting you a little bit more because your pores are open. And so this is when I pass it around on the cotton swab. And this is when I also tell the story of the Korean commercial. The Korean, they call it CF, right? And I say, in Korea is our only culture here that people take toner and just, slap it on their face. Everybody slap your face. Come on. Okay. Us Koreans, we love to slap ourselves on our face. We slap ourselves on our stomach. They stop everything. They stop everything. But the reason is because Koreans are thinking that this is something that you put on and tap in, but you do the opposite. You wipe away. And what toner does, it has a deep cleansing. So once you cleansed once with the cleansing milk, then you pulled up all the bad toxins with this, and you're cleansing away all the bad toxins. But in the old Korean commercial in CF, like back in late 70, I think it was this actress Kim Ji-mee's like boyfriend, he slapped on some toner like it was after-shaving lotion and slapped it on and then, patted himself. So then everybody in Korea, the older people, would look at this commercial like, oh, that's how you use toner. So still today, when you go to these Korean saunas, they're slapping themselves with the toner, but you should use the cotton swab for this one and wipe it away. So, and then avoid the eye areas, of course. And then the picture of the M4, then I say, okay, this is the time, who's oily, who's combination, and who's dry. And most of the time, people look at you like, And so this is when you have to be the specialist and explain the difference. When you're dry, you usually know you're dry. Because as soon as you come out of the shower and your face is dry, you need to put something right away on your face or your face feels like it's going to crack. When you're oily, you know you're oily. You know what I mean? A little bit, you're sweating, you got oily all over your oil on your face, you got sometimes acne going on. Now this is when people don't know if they're either or, is when you're combination. They're like, well, sometimes it's this, depending on the season. But this is when you say, and you point out and show them the T-zone. The T-zone area, the top part of the T is your forehead, left to right. And then the bottom part of your T is from your forehead down to your nose. So you see it's a T-zone. So left to right on your forehead, and from your forehead down to your nose is a T. And in that area, that T-zone area, if you're oily, it usually means your combination, and everywhere else is dry. So that's when you know you're a combination, you're just oily in the T-zone area, right? So those are the people who are dry and combination, they should be using the M4. Now, if they are oily, you should try that new mineral mud mask on them. So it's not as cool because you can't use a magnet on that one, but you have a good rub off and it really, you should be using the right products on people's faces. So you might have a mixed blend there. Now, if you have somebody a bit wrinkly, you definitely want to bust out that Recover because that's going to be like a wow factor, after 10 minutes. Now, remember that Recover, you don't want to touch, all the bottom parts unless you're using it. So be careful how you handle it because when you do it after, you might have wasted 10 minutes and nothing happened, then you failed, right? So you got to be sure you handle that practice right. So M4, and they're applying it. Tell them, avoid the eye areas, and then don't mess with it until we show them how they can take it off. The next slide is the Recover slide. I said this is called Recover. Basically, it's called Botox in a box. And so it's literally that. But Botox in a box with no injections. Now, I show them how a wrinkle is formed. I use both my hands, and I show a wrinkle, like the 4 fingers on both hands is like a wrinkle. So then I have my thumbs up in the air, right? So I say this is when I Recover, how it activates. Once we put it on, it's got that nanosilical particle, and the nanosilical particle is activating and pulling your skin. So I use both of my thumbs to pull like this wrinkle out from my fingers. And so then I said, this is when you've unfolded your wrinkle. This is when you need all the nutrients. And I show them where you need to put the nutrients. Because when you have a wrinkle, the nutrient is inside the wrinkle. You can't take a toothpick and put all the good stuff in there, right? So you have to unfold the wrinkle and then put all the nutrients on. And then I show them all the nutrient stuff like the serum, the eye gel, and that. And I just kind of show it quickly like that, not one by one. And then I show them also, be careful how you handle the Recover. Only touch it when you use it. So I open the box and show them, and I hold the only top left or right corner. I don't hold the main part, the bottom. Only hold the top or left or corner. I say it's very thick, pasty on the bottom, like sculpting, or in Korean we say skopak. That's how it feels. But when you want to use it, you want to put it on the face of your hand and then rub it with your knuckles and then flip it and rub it with your knuckles. So you're activating the nanosilicle. As soon as you activate it, then it's very watery. And then that's when you open it, and you can use your finger to apply this, and you want to go upwards. So upwards against the wrinkles, okay? And around the crow's feet area, around the eyes, and especially where they're wrinkly. And then, the side of their mouth too. So make sure you get a picture before of the Recover and then take a picture after too. So, it's cool when you get that. And then you can ask them later, can you use them as their models for your own slides? Anyways, so that's the nanosilical particles. And I also referred that to the video. I said, you remember the video that you watch and Dr. Ho mentions the nanosilical particles? I said, this is what we're talking about. And our stuff is patented here. So it's fabulous. And also let them know once they take it off and how they take it off normally. Because you don't want to rub it off. It's too, rough on your skin if you rub it off. You want to take a wet washcloth and just put it on for a while, for about 3 minutes over the Recover because it's hard and dried. And then slightly rub it off with the wet washcloth with the tray under their chin so all that dust, particle of the Recover is falling off. And then, when you wipe it off, you see that you're not adding more wrinkles, you're not pulling your skin. Okay, then the next picture is Jesse's mother-in-law. Patty's mother-in-law and Jesse's mom. So the before and after 15 minutes. I said this is after 15 minutes of Recover, our Botox in a box. And you can see all the wrinkles are gone right here. Are in just about 15 minutes. And let them know that with Recover, our Botox in a box, there's no injections. There's 8 packs in the Recover. And also, one of the cool things is after the mask, 2 hours, it's still activating. So the nanosilical particles has gone into your skin and still activating and unfolding your wrinkles. And even the next morning, you'll see that it's still activating. So it's very important to know. And I also say this is very expensive. This product is normally at retail 525,000 won. So you want to share that, right? So 52만 5천 원. And they're going to go, oh! And then we can say, this is where we're going to show you how you can get 50% off. The next picture is that crazy neck, the neck, and say after 15 minutes of Recover, Botox in a box. Ladies, we age in our neck first and our hands. So we can't hide the age of our neck and our hands. And so obviously we can't get Botox and you can't get surgery on your hands and your neck. But you can use our Botox in a box, our Recover. And then you can see the left and the right lady, you can see her suntan lines, and she's finally, unfolding her wrinkles to the sun. And it's not a wrinkle, it's that it unfolded, and you can see the suntan lines. So this is good. And also in the neck, anything you apply on your neck, you want to go from the bottom and up with both hands, bottom and up, to save yourself a wrinkle when you get to my age. Okay, so then I see that facial solutions one more again, and I say, well, this is when you've, you've all kind of seen our products and used all our products, but now I talk about the company. L'Oreal, you've all heard of L'Oreal, and they own over 500 cosmetic companies and skincare companies. So you've heard of Estee Lauder, Lancome, Redken's, Huamure, Kiehl's, Maybelline. These are all owned by L'Oreal. Now, they wanted to also create products like Secret and the Dead Sea, and so they also had an R&D, Research and Development Center, at the Dead Sea, but they couldn't get it. Well, one of the reasons why they couldn't get it, they're not Israelis. And so you know how it is, patriot, if it's from your own country, they're going to give it to business, to their own country people. Just like our kimchi. If kimchi is made in a different country, we're just going to frown upon it that it's not good. It's made in Korea. It's made best in Korea. So obviously, the Israelis know about the Dead Sea and they see it. So L'Oreal, one of the reasons why they couldn't make products from the Dead Sea like ours, they're not Israeli. So they've approached Secret and wanted to buy Secret, but they offered $1 billion in 7 years increments. And Secret said no, because the Jewish people, they passed down to generations and their family. So they said no. And now they're getting their products manufactured in the U.S. So L'Oreal said, hey, we can third-party manufacture you. Let us do that. So that part, Secret said yes. And so L'Oreal is our third-party manufacturer. But L'Oreal only manufactures any companies that they only own. So Secret is one of the only companies that they don't own, but they're manufactured, our third-party manufacturer. So it's pretty cool. And Secret, our timeline, that one, 2005, and now it's 2013. But 2005, if you think about it, it's a very short baby, skincare company from starting in 2005. But I'll tell you what the vision is and why it's going and why I'm doing it, because we can see the vision ahead. Now, About last year, we were all the way up from then until now, before last year, we were retail. So our company owners are the ones who created the kiosk culture, and we were retail. But there was a young lady named Betty Perez, and she was only 19, and she saw the product and said, "Wow, if I had products like that, I could totally make a killing." So they said, "Okay, go ahead and sell it." So she sold so much, more than all the Israeli men's with the kiosk, that they pulled her in and said, "Hey, we need more of you. What's going on? How are you selling this?" And she explained, she sold it like our MLM style, or, multi-level marketing or network style. And so they said, "Oh, no, we're not going to the dark side." So they said, "Thank you." And they kind of like let her go. But then the company owners really opened their mind and took a thought to it. In Korea, Herbalife sells over $1 billion in sales just in Korea alone. So obviously they want to go global. So it was either going to be Japan or Korea, but luckily we got it first here in Korea. And so in Korea, as well as a year ago, we went MLM and network marketing. And so this way, they don't pay for marketing, but they pay us for the marketing, right? And then the next slide is a kiosk. And so, as you know, Secret, in Korea, we're in the Jeju duty free already, and in May, this month, we're gonna be opening, which is May. This month is May. If you're listening to this, recently or in another month, from mid or end of May, Incheon Airport and COEX is a duty free that we'll also be at too. So products being in duty free, we have to be a certain level. It has to be inspected by a certain level. You can't just place any products in duty free unless it's if it's not approved. Our products in a similar level to SK2, like the Japanese SK2. I say, this is just my personal opinion, but you don't have to quote me on it. I say in a worldwide level, because a lot of people don't know SK2 in different worlds, but I say it's between a Lancome and Estee Lauder. And I say because we're in a class of our own, there is no other products that has the minerals of the Dead Sea lice just as good as us. So that's what I say. So we're a world-class, company, skincare company. Then the next slide is the Arizona, the warehouse, right? I say, yeah, we have this kind of silly picture in here, but there is this reason for this picture, and you can see all our locations, where Secret is and where we manufacture. But the warehouse here, we're on an SAP system. And if you don't know what SAP system is, look it up, Google it. But an SAP system is a warehouse, the way they system the warehouse, but only Fortune 500 companies can afford an SAP system. So this is when if our company is only from 2005, we're going for a long haul, right? And so because this warehouse system is so expensive, companies like FedEx, Toys R Us, Macy's, Saks Fifth Avenue, these are companies that's all in the SAP system. Okay, so we know the company has a vision, they're going for a long time. Now, this is the way I make money and all of our agents make money. 5 ways to make money. The first one, I say here, you can have, just retail off the shelf. Hey, you like the soap? Okay, you can buy it off of me. Another way is also marketing here, is that, hey, if you saw a good movie and you tweeted it or put it on Facebook, say, hey, this was a cool movie, Iron Man 3. But the director of that is not going to come over and say, hey, thanks for marketing that we have a good movie, and they're not going to pay you. So if you're using an iPhone or Samsung Galaxy, which we're recording by Samsung Galaxy, plugging them in, but you won't see Iguni Hejang, President Lee coming over, Chairman Lee coming over, say, hey, Dorothy, thank you. Here's some money, for marketing us and plugging us in. Or iPhone, you're not going to see Apple giving you some money, plugging them up. Hey, this is a cool app here on an Apple phone. And, but our company Secret, if you tell us and share us with other people, we will be paying you. You will be our marketers. That's one way we get money. Second one is the binary system. So everyone in the world knows 2 people, whether you're an introvert or extrovert. So 2 people, we just want you to bring their left and the right, which is the left leg and the right leg, so you walk together as a team. 3 people, right? So whether it's your mom, your sister, your aunt, or your uncle, whoever it is, 2 people, you can bring them onto the business. So once you start your binary, your team like this, then you start making money in your commissions. And also we have the matching bonus too, and your total team commission of 15%. of the total team commission as well. Then you also have your lifestyle bonus and your car bonus. So this stuff I'll explain to you a little bit more later. And then you also have a ranking bonus. So when I first started, I don't know what bronze was, but I was bronze. But all I knew when I got to bronze, I got paid more. So I didn't mind that, you know. So, and then the next rank that I'll be going to is silver. So when you rank, you're just working, you know, hard, and you're working and concentrating working, you're going to rank. And so when you get rank, the company recognizes you. The next slide that I put in is the one with the Trump, Jim Rohn, and all them. So I put in here, I said, Jim Rohn, you know, he passed away several months ago, but he and PhD of Harvard, these are the guys who put together the plan of Herbalife and, of course, network marketing, direct marketing. So this plan was thought out very well, and it's obviously a system that's working because companies from 1950s are still, you know, in business, and it's working all around the world globally. Now, Trump was on a talk show, and Trump was asked from the talk show host, hey, so if you went bankrupt, what would you do? Trump said, oh my goodness, I would do direct sales. Or in Korea, we would say, 다단계, right? And then so everyone in the audience booed him. And he says, this is very Trump-ish. He says, this is why I'm sitting in this seat here as a guest of a talk show, and you're out there clapping for me in the audience. And so very Trumpish-like, right? So this is also when I show Clinton. Clinton says it gives everyone a chance. So this is when I also talk a little bit about a pyramid. Oh, is that pyramid thing? And I put my hands like a pyramid position. I said real pyramid is real companies with presidents, CEOs, and even our government, the president makes all the decisions. But the people in the bottom of the pyramid is paycheck to paycheck. Then I invert the pyramid with my hands. And I said, for us, we have room for everyone to be on top. I want people like Sunyoung to do better than me. Well, my best friend Jessica to do better than me. But in a real company, what happens? We're all fighting for that one position, or backstabbing each other, or in Korean, 뒤통수 치면서, right? To get to that one position. But not us. We want everyone to do really well, and we want everyone to make money together. So Bill Gates too says, if I would be given a chance to start all over again, I would choose network marketing. Because you know why? Because he doesn't have to pay employees or overhead costs or inventory, you know, all that crazy accounting. He doesn't have to do that. This is what these guys are talking about. And USA Today says, want a recession-proof job? Think direct sales. USA Today doesn't lie. Especially when it's recession like the IMF period in Korea. This is when network marketing did much better. And people always need a plan B. And then, you know, all of us Kyopos, the Korean Americans, when our parents flew out to America or Canada, they wanted that American dream. But right now in America, it's the American nightmare. Then I change slides. I skipped the old 800 bonus, and you know, our trainer said it's better to just skip that because it's the old bonus. So then I go to that 30% up to 50% slide. And this is when I kind of give an example. I said, this is when our company gives you a homepage already made. So this is when people are ordering your products from all over the world. But this is what the key. This is when you're sleeping and you're making money. And so you get money in the bank. Then if they still kind of don't look like they're knowing how they're making money, then I show the slide of the nail kit. So retail price is $49.95, $50. Agent price, you get it at $20. Your profit, $30. Boom! That's in your bank account or on your check slides, right? Or check. Then this is the next person. I have the two people, the power of two. Now, again, if you bring two people in the company, and right now we have a sales bonus going on, if you bring two people in, you get $500, which in Korean, it's about 625,000 won, 62,500,000 around there. And so you also get, of course, 15% on team business volume too. BV is business volume. Then the next slide, if they brought two more people, so the people that two people you brought two people, then I show them that fast track to bronze. And then I said, and they get 4 PCs, preferred customers, and you get 2 people, then you get rewarded $700. So if you put this together, not in dollars, but in Korean money, I think it comes to 140만 원. 140만 나오는가? 140만 5천? Or like that? About 1.45 million won. So then you got your whole package paid for because later your package is 1.5 million. But I don't bring that up yet. Then the next slide is you see agents of 1,000 and 2,000 agents and 5 preferred customers. I explain what preferred customers is too. And so obviously then you can make monthly residual, monthly income of $45,000. And in Korean we say 4,500만 원. More, actually more in Korean, you know. But and then I give an example of our leaders in California, LA, Jesse and Patty. They have over 5,000 agents, so we can calculate how much they're making. And then here also the car bonus again, the lifestyle bonus. When you get to a certain level and rank certain level from silver to crown all the way, every month you'll get a car bonus of $600 all the way to $3,000. Now, if you already have a car and you don't need another car, the company's going to give you money, you're going to take it, right? So this $600 extra that I'll get when I rank in silver, I can bump it up and get a Beamer if I wanted to. Now, I'm a female, so if I get a car that takes me to point A and B, bless you, that gives me point A and B, then I'm fine with that car. But in 2 months, $600, I could get me a new Louis Vuitton purse. A real one, not an ET1 style, right? And then boom, this is the packages that I showed the slides of. This is when I say, okay, you're ready to take off your mask, but right before you take off your mask, I want to share with you something. Today or tonight, if you are an agent like us, at only for the Korean price of 29,900 won or 29,900 won, or Americans or Canadians at $49, then you get your 50% off. So this basic set is normally about 100만 won or 1 million won. So with 50% off, you get it at 500,000 won. But here you don't get the Recover, a Botox in a box, or a M4. So I go quickly on this, pass it real fast. Then the premium set, normally it's actually about 1.2 million won. Oh, sorry, my bad. 2.2 million won. So it's about 2.220만 won. But being an agent, you can get it 50% off at 100만 won or 1 million won. This one has everything. And I showed the Botox in a box, Recover, and M4. So it has everything, one of everything. This is when I also throw in there that our Korean cards do 할부, or our Korean cards do installments, and you can do up to 12 installments. Or some credit cards, a few credit cards, I think Citibank and Samsung does no interest for 3 months. So I love Korean credit cards. So you can call your own installments. I kind of added this in there because they're going to be like, I can't pay this all at once. You know, I don't have that cash with me right now. So the third one, the secret agent set, normally the cost is 3.650 million won, or 365만 won. But being an agent, it discounts more than 65% off. So at 1.5 million won. So I promote this and I say, this is what I got. And I point out the other agents in the room that got this. I said, because we want to do business. And also this is the better set because you get not the slide that you see only of one of everything, but you get almost like 2 and 3 of everything. And then I show them all the ones that you only get one of, so you don't want to get in trouble. Say, serum you get one of, and then the guys aftershave you get aftershave balm you get one of, but everything else 2s and 3s. So then I hold up the Recover, the Botox in a box. I say, if you get 2 of these, do you remember how much this was? And they're like, oh yeah, 52만 5천 원 or 525,000 won. And then they say, oh, then that's over 1 million won. And they're nodding their head. You can see them nodding their head. I said, yeah. So you get 2 of these in a box. And then what's on your face, M4, this is over 320,000 won. 332만 won. And so you get 2 of these, and then they nod. I said, but don't take it off yet. Don't touch your face yet. You know. And then not only that, you get so much. You want to explain why it's 1.5. You get so much, 2 and 3s of everything. So you have enough to use for you and your family. The second, you have enough to demonstrate like I'm doing now. And third, you want to be able to give it as a gift. And I grab the Recover and I show it and say, oh, you know, mom, or, you know, your mother-in-law or someone, you know, your aunt. And you want to say, oh, you know, it's a great day today. I want to show you and I'm going to give you a gift. And you show them the product and you give them a gift. So you have enough to do all that. And we have tons of birthdays. So enough to do all that in this 1.5. And then I show them the fast track to bronze again. And I said, and this, only this package we can get. If you get 2 people, you get $500. if you they get two people, and you get 4 PCs, preferred customers, and you get $700. So you can get this in 2 months back at about 1.45 million won over 150만 원. So your whole package of this, you only have to pay almost like less than 만 원. So less than 10,000 won. So obviously, and I tell them, I share them, I did this. I got, everything I invested back and then more. So it makes sense to do this, right? And this is why, and then the next one, again, being an agent today allows you to get started at 29,900 won or American Canadians at $49. And then I will show the last one, Arizona. This is our conferences, and I don't know, our company, allowed us to get free trips to Arizona because we're working really hard. So that's it. Now it's time for us to take off your M4 or all your other things. So now we'll take, usually when I show the M4 to take it off, I take one tissue and look around the room, and the one that's got the most thickest M4 on, I go to them, and then I have them hold up a mirror so that they can look at themselves, but other people can see their face. And then I do one stroke with them, and I show them that it's a magnet. But before I ask them, how do you take the facial off? And they'll be like, scrape it off, rub it off, And then I show them that first stroke, show them it's a magnet. And I joke with them. I say, that's why in our business, there's 60% guys in our business is because it's a magnet. Guys love magnets. And so then I wrap it with a tissue and do that one stroke. And then everyone's like, what? So it's crazy. We need to call it the what party. But, and then I let them do their own because they can see it. And I give them tons of tissues, And then they all get it off. And of course, the rich mineral mud mask, you want to put a tray right to them. And they lean into their tray and they're rubbing off the mud. And some of it's not going to be already dry because that takes a long time to dry, actually. And then so let them take off, rub off as much as they can. And then just wash it off with a washcloth, okay? And then this is when I then do, after that, I have them touch their face, check the left and the right, and see how moist and supple it is, and rub in the essential oils. And then, I show them that it's a magnet again, and then I give them a little bit of serum on the back of their hand, and then their eye cream on the back of their hand, and then facial cream totally. And then they're completely done. And then that's when I want to remove their trays really fast. Okay, because we need something to write on their, on the table. So I have our agents, I said, help me pick up the trays and make sure you pull out the magnet, because you always throw out the magnet and when it's in the tissue, And then once they move the trays, then I bring the clipboards with all our agents. And I already have those ready, usually the Korean ones or the, English-speaking ones. I have those made ahead so they can come right out and show them. And then I have my products price list that I made that's big enough that we can read them. So I have them and I bring it out in a show. Then when I show them the form, it's too much to see. That Korean form is just crazy. It's too much on there. So I do it like a bank, either highlight or just point it with my pen. You know how the bank forms look ridiculous when you go to bank, change your ID number for something and just like you got to fill out a whole bunch of stuff. They just highlight, circle what you need to do, right? So I take the Korean form and just show. I said, see, this is where you have to just check off at 29,900 won or 29,900 won to be an agent. And the second thing I do, I point to the 1.5 million one. So on our blue forms that we have, the Korean forms, I point to the 1.5, and then right after I point to the 1.5, then I point to the 할부수, so which is the Korean installment of the credit card. I said you can do this up to 12 months. And so each month is about like 122,000 won. And then I also show them on top so they don't feel too bombarded with like too much stuff on the form. So just the top is just your simple basic information. All you have to fill out here is your name, telephone number, address, and stuff like that. And then then they see the breakdown of what they have to do. And then I show them again the price sheet, the ones that I made and laminated. And I show them the one with a big picture that has double and triple of everything. And I say, you see, normally it's 3.65 million won, but if we do it together as a package here, we get it at 1.5 million won. So that's what it is. So you would like to be on our team, or would you like to be a business partner with me? And then that's up to you and how you want to do it. Okay.